Hi everyone, Jen here from Memory Keeping with Jen. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm here with you today to do another 2-page layout of my kids. This is going to be another kid themed layout. I'm working on my 2011 year in review scrapbook, and it's mostly my kids. So a lot of these pages that I'm doing right now are specific for kids. Today I'm going to follow the Creative Memories project recipe Sunrays for Days. It is a beach theme layout. However, my layout has nothing to do with the beach. So it's my kids just kind of being silly. So I honestly have been dragging my feet a little bit doing this layout. I went through all the project recipes that I have to try to find one that would coordinate with my photos. So when I pick out a layout, I look to see how many photos I have and the orientation of the photos, and then I look for the layout that will fit my photos. So I found this one that I liked, and then after looking at it, I realized it's kind of detailed. I feel like it's going to be a little bit overwhelming. There's just a lot of pieces to it, which is fine. I could do it, but I've kind of been dragging my feet a little bit, honestly. So I'm here today. I have some time. It's actually Thanksgiving today, so I have a little bit of time. I'm not hosting. I do have to make the dressing. So other than that, I said, all right, I've got a little bit of time. I'm going to go ahead and get my layout done. And then I can move on to the next one. So again, I'm using Creative Memories project recipe, Sunrays for Days. And if you're interested in this project recipe, it will be on my Facebook page, Memory Keeping with Jen. 2 ends. It calls for 3 sheets of designer paper, and obviously you have to have your layout paper. I have everything here. I'm actually not using Creative Memories paper this time. I have some other things though I'm going to go through. I have my photo trimming grids. I have not yet trimmed my photos to match. I have my 12-inch trimmer, which I absolutely love. The border that I'm going to use this time is the Star Banner chain from the border cartridge system. So I have that with my cutting system. I have a bunch of stickers. I'm not sure what I'm going to use yet. Again, these are not Creative Memories, soft spoken, me and my big ideas. I love their stickers. They just are dimensional, and they have a little bit of, poof. They're kind of, I just find they're good quality. And I have some, my color layout's going to be green. So I have a pack of green, what size is this? 8x8 paper. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it or not, but I wanted to have it handy just in case. I have this like shimmery kind of goldish paper. It almost feels like fabric. I don't know where I got it. I've had it for a long time. Iridescent gold. It's kind of thick, so I don't know if I'm going to use it, but I have it just in case. And then this is 1 sheet of my decorative paper, 2 sheets, and then I have this polka dot paper, which I always keep my scraps, and you'll see I've had several sheets of this, so I have numerous scraps that I paper clip to the big sheet. So when, again, like today, I'm using this, I don't know what I'm going to need, so if I can use from the scraps, I will definitely use from the scraps first. And I keep all my colored paper in bins, 12 by 12, actually I think they're 12 by 12. Yeah, 12 by 12 iris bins, and I have them all color coordinated. So I had that in my green green paper bin. And this is gonna be my background paper. So it's kind of like a greenish, I don't really know what color to call it. Celadon, maybe. I'm not really sure. It's like a kind of a light, very, very light avocado green, like. So anyway. Okay, so I'm going to start cutting. So I know my polka dot paper that I have the strips for. So when I look at this, I kind of look to see, okay, what is what? So there's 3 different designer papers to use, and each one is color coded. So one is going to be the green, one is going to be blue, and then one is going to be this like pinkish color. So I already know the pinkish color one is the border across the top. And I know that's what I want for my polka dot paper. So I'm going to flip it over, and I see that I only need 4 strips, so I think I'm going to be able to, let me see if I can, if this one here is going to be big enough. Probably not. Although I see that one too. So I need 3 inches, 4, 5. I need 5.5 inches. I don't think this is 5.5 inches. But let me look and see. This is not 5.5 inches. It's 5 inches, of course. But I could do, because this other one that I have, it wants it to be 1 1/4 by 12, but then you're going to cut it in half for over here. It looks like you cut it in half. Not just folding it. So I think, so you really need 1 1/4 by 6. So I think I could probably use these for those. So I'm going to start with the 1.5 by 12. I need 2 1.5 by 12s. And I wasn't, it kind of, again, dragging my feet doing this layout. I wasn't totally sure on the colors that I wanted to use. This is 7. So I need 1 1/4. I think I can get 1 1/4 out of here. Let me cut off an inch first. Actually, let me do my 1 1/4. Oh, I need 4 1 1/4s. That's not gonna work. And that one is not gonna work. See, I cut a random dragonfly out of this at some point, so it's right smack dab in the middle. But that's okay, I have other one that I will use. So I am not sure about my colors that I chose. When I, kind of lay them out together, I think they look fine next to each other, but then we'll see once I actually get the layout done, how I like it. So remember, these have to be 1 1/4 by 6. So now I have to cut off, I have to make sure these are 6. These are 7 inches, so I'm cutting off just an inch for each one. I always want to double check to make sure I'm not cutting wrong. Okay, and then it's going to have me cut, looks like little corners out of each one. But it doesn't say how much to cut, because see, they're going to go like here. I'm going to say it's probably, so I'm going to use my line that I have here, and I know I want to cut. So if you can see, you probably can't see, so we have the line here on the 12-inch cutter. So there's a straight line so that you could figure out how to cut these kind of lines. So I'm just gonna, and there's got the dark squares. So I'm gonna put my square here. This is gonna be the corner, and then I'm gonna mark where I'm gonna cut to. And that's where the line intersects. If I had my other ruler, I could just draw the line. Actually, I think I have a little ruler right here. I have a small one right here. So I'm just gonna follow this line. And am I doing it on both ends? Ooh, I am doing it on both ends. So you have to make sure that it's lined up the correct way. So it's gonna be that way, and then it's gonna go this way. And that's gonna get my lines. Yep, okay. So I'm lining it up on my trimmer, and I'm using my ruler to make sure. And if it's not perfect, fine, but I'd like to get it a little bit as close as I can anyway. And you'll see I'm just using a regular colored pencil. Nothing crazy. Again, I have kids. I don't know, does anybody else with kids or grandkids? Do you find that your drawers are just overflowing with colored pencils and crayons and markers that I'm like, how did we accumulate so many colored pencils and markers? I do remember when they were like in elementary school that every year they had to have, you know, a new box of crayons, a new box of colored pencils. And I don't know, my kids were always like, I can't use the ones from last year. They're no good, even though they used them like once. So I don't know if that's how we've accumulated so much, or so it's just a regular Crayola colored pencil. All right, now I'm going to trim each of these. And I'm saving these little corners because they does show that you're going to use them for something else. So not going to get rid of those just yet. Being able to make these angles is just one more reason I love this trimmer. It's definitely my favorite. Okay, moving on. So let's see. I have 2 other colors left, and let me see which I want to use for which backgrounds. Okay. So I want to use this one as the big green background. So that's going to be green. Okay, so this is going to be designer paper 3. And for this one, I need 3 3/4, 2 3 3/4 by 12, 3 3/4. And this, it is patterned. It's got like the fleur-de-lis on here, and they go both directions. So I'm not worried about, I already checked, I'm not worried about which direction I cut it in. Because I have done that before. I'm going along, and then oops, I realize I didn't do it right. Okay, so this is actually calling for reverse of these. So this paper actually does have a pattern on the back. It's striped, but it's fine. I'm not worried about it. Okay, 3.5. 2 3.5 by 3.5. So cut those 3.5, and it does look like they're going to get cut in half as well. They are. A lot of triangles in this one. You know, I have to be honest. I haven't really done a lot of triangles in my layouts lately. I can't really say that there's a reason why. This is 1 inch, so I'm going to cut this in half. I don't really have a reason as to why. Where's my half mark? Here's my half mark. Maybe I'm kind of triangled out. If any of you have been scrapbooking a long time like I have, if you remember Creative Memories' old shortcuts, it was full of triangles, and I used to use those a lot. So I don't know, maybe I just don't really think about triangles anymore. Again, I'm going to do the same thing. So this one's, there we go. I don't know why that one is a little bit off. Take my ruler in. Because this one is square, it's a little bit easier. probably don't have to do this. I could probably just line it up on my cutting grid and get it to go fine, but I'm just gonna, sometimes my eyes don't work all that well, so I just want to double check. Better safe than sorry. It takes 5 seconds. Yeah, I don't know if this is good or bad to say, but I actually still have quite a few creative memory shortcuts in like the very vibrant purples and orange and sorry, I'm still drinking my coffee. It's early in the morning here. Okay, that one's done, and now I'm gonna do this one. Punch the border and then cut. So I don't know if I want to use this one for the border. I think I want to use this for the border, and maybe I'll do both. Maybe I'll layer the border. I think I'm going to try layering the border. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to do the border first. And as I'm doing my border, I have a major confession that I'm going to make in a minute. I've been scrapbooking for 23 years, I think now. I've had this border makers system since it first came out. I don't even know how long ago. 7, 10 years. I'm not even sure. Let's see if there's a date on this one. 2018, definitely longer than that. Anyway, yeah, didn't realize that this little thing here pops out to line up your paper in. I literally have been using this for years and have never lined up, never used this until recently, watching somebody else's video, and I'm like, hey, mine doesn't have that. What the heck is that? Yeah, mine does have that. Oh my goodness, that was quite a moment for me. Anyway, oops, and this is already getting cut. That's not good. Where'd my paper go? Okay. Okay, I don't know where it went. That was very, very strange. So I will flip this over, and I'm okay because it does show that I'm not going to use it all. So try again on this side. That was very strange. I actually saw a video, watched somebody else's video recently. Can't remember who it was. I think it may have been Nicole. Anyway, where she put a piece, the paper was kind of doing exactly that. It was getting stuck in the cartridge, so she put another piece of like scrap paper behind it. There we go. That was I've never had it happen before. Okay. Set that aside for now. I need 2 of these. I've said it before, I tend to try to buy punches that are versatile, that I can use in multiple page layouts. So like the stars, we do, we watch fireworks every year, so that, obviously I'm using it today in my kids' layout. Christmas, birthdays, I feel like this is just a good one that you can use for a lot of different things. And many of them are. Okay, and I'm actually going to go ahead and attempt to cut the other one while I have it. While I have this all out. And then I'll get rid of my scraps after. Kind of set them aside for now. And because of the material of this, because it's not really paper, I don't know how it's, oh, it's not. Oh, there we go. See, it's not 12 by 12, but I got it. So it doesn't really fit all that. Okay, so I'm just gonna, I have to pause for just 1 second here. So I'm looking, the border doesn't go all the way up. It almost looks like it's half the page again, like 6 by 6. Yeah, so it's gonna get cut in half. So it's gonna be 6 here and 6 here. So this isn't fitting well right here. It's kind of getting stuck a little bit. So I am gonna use the shorter edge, and I'm okay with that. Because I don't need it to be the full 12 inches. I only need 6 inches. So do I want to cut it now? No, that's fine. Let's see if it even goes. I'm gonna start at the bottom this time. Where is my... There we go. Okay, not bad. Oh, it's super cute. Oh, I really like this. I like this a lot. All right, so I'm gonna need 4 of these because they need to be, well, maybe not. Maybe I can, I'm gonna do 2 for now because I'm gonna layer them. So maybe I'll do that one as like a smaller 5-inch. How long is this? I think it's 10 inches. So maybe I'll do like the other one as a 6-inch on the bottom, and then I'll do this one on the top with as whatever 5 inches or 5.5, whatever it is. But I do like this. I have to find more of this paper. So I don't go very often. I do use mostly Creative Memories. I only use Creative Memories albums. Always have, always will. That's just, I love their albums. I don't go to my locals. Look at how, can you see that? It's just super pretty. I just love the way it came out, and it's textured. I think that's what I like about it. It's just the texture. Anyway, I think I probably got this at my local scrapbooking store. So I have a store near me. It's about 15 minutes away. It's a paper crafting store. That's all they sell. They actually kind of focus a lot on stamping stuff. Like they have a ton of scrapbooking stuff when you walk in, the papers and embellishments, and so it's kind of separated. I'll say it's kind of like 2 rooms. So like when you first walk in, all the stuff is scrapbooking stuff. Like I said, paper, and it's all coordinated by theme. So you'll have, you know, a travel theme, and she's got, you know, states and baby and Christmas and school, and every little section is a different theme. But I find, and then they have like a whole stamping area. But I find that the store itself, like they don't really do scrapbooking classes or events. Their events are, what I've seen, typically all card making stuff. And I don't really do card making. That's not my thing. So I've never attended one of the classes there, but again, once in a while I'll go in there if I'm looking for something specific. Like I did a Disney album not that long ago, and I wanted some specific Disney stickers, so I went in there. And then I did my stepdaughter's album when she graduated this year, and she has cats. She loves cats, and I went in there and I was able to find some cat embellishments that I was looking for. So, but for the most part, I stick with Creative Memories. Okay, so now I need 2 4 1/4 by 6s. 4 1/4. Oh, I need to extend my arm. 6. And then I need 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. 4 1/4. And I don't really care if I have these birds on here. There's like birds on here. Yeah, I don't really care about that part, so they'll go in the trash. And then this here, of course they don't tell you, oh, 1 1/4 by 4. 2 1 1/4. And I think that's probably about what this is 1 1/4. So this actually worked out perfectly. 1/4 by 4. I only have this little tiny scrap left. Perfect. Okay. So everything's cut. I'm going to just set this down over here for now. I'm running out of room on my desk here, my workspace. I have a lot of things cut. Okay, so I'm going to start laying out, and there's a lot to lay out here. So I almost feel like maybe I should cut my photos first. Just the way, let's see, is anything overlap? Yeah, so they have like some of the little triangles are going on top of the photos. So I'm going to go ahead and cut my photos. I don't know if I'm going to use my trimming grids. Let's see. Actually, no, I don't want to cut my photos yet because I don't know exactly where I'm going to place them. Change my mind. All right, let's see. What is going to go first? All right, it's super confusing. So I'm just going to, at least I'm confused. So I'm just going to, all right, I am just going to go ahead and start laying out where I think things need to get laid out. So it looks like this is going on the very top. Again, I lay everything out. I'm not adhering anything. I'm not using repositionable tape runner, which I could do, but I'm not going to. I'm trying to see where, oh, I see up there. Oh, I see, okay. I'm tracking now. So this actually doesn't go that high because we put this up here. It's gonna go that. All right, so far I'm liking these colors. We'll see what happens with the polka dots. I hope I like it with the polka dots. We'll see. Okay. That, and then I'm gonna put, I think the colors are just a little bit off on the polka dots. But, whoops, how did I move that? But I'm hoping once my pictures are down that it'll be okay. Like I really like obviously this and this because they're from the same collection. And I like the green inside the polka dot circle goes with this. And I do feel like it goes with the green in here too. It's more like this color green that I'm just not quite sure about. But we'll see. All right, let me do, these have to go here. There. And here. Okay. So the border, it's gonna go like this. And then I'm thinking I'm gonna do like that. Yeah. Okay, I think I have this laid out enough. I did not hear any of it yet, but I'm gonna move on to what's next. Let's see. I did that, okay. Q, oh, let's see, let me do up here. Let's see, I need I, G, H, J. Smaller ones. Going to go, that does not align at all. And did I cut something wrong? I don't know. Oh, I see. I did not cut anything wrong. I just lined this up wrong. So I'm not overlapping like I did. There we go. I hope that by watching this video and you see like the mistakes or the struggles that I have following along, that it helps you not have to struggle. Right? It's all about learning, and I hope that you learn something. That's what this is all about. It's just learning. Okay, now, oh, so these ones here, I needed to do, their ribbon tag. So I'm going to, again, I'm going to use my ruler, and I'm not cutting all the way. So I'm going to do that, and then I need to see where this is going to intersect. I need to go this way with it. And then I'm going to trim. You'll see. It's much easier if it's cutting on the same side. Yeah, that's not going to work. How did I do this last time? I've done this before. Let me erase this. Got it. So I just got the other corner on the line, and that's how I know where I'm going to cut, and I'm going to use my scissors in a second. Whoops, knocking stuff around here. Kind of struggling with this layout a little bit, and honestly, like, I'm not surprised that I'm struggling with it a little bit. Like I said at the beginning, I was very hesitant to do this layout. Kind of been dragging my feet, so because I knew it was going to be kind of hard. More than what I'm used to, so thank you for your patience. Thank you for following along. And I hope that my struggles help you not struggle. Alright, this is gonna go right here. I think does it say to reverse it? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And then we have these corners here. This is gonna go, just put one in each little corner like that. It's gonna go there, there, and there. And then it's ready for pictures. So again, I have not yet cut my photos. I want to see where I'm going to lay them out. And then you'll see that all the smaller triangles that we cut go on top of the photo. This one actually puts an embellishment there instead, but the other ones all have where the little triangles are. They put the triangles on top of the photo. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. Well, I'll figure that out once I get my photos cut. Because I do actually have a title that I want to use as well. That's where I was going with that. I'm like, what am I trying to say? Title. 5. I'm gonna put this one as a 4x4 here. Let's see. I'm gonna put this one right there. I do have 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna use all of these. Are kind of the same. 2 of these are the same. I'm gonna put this one here. I think I'm gonna put my title over here. Yeah, I'm gonna use this spot for my title. And then I'm gonna do, I like that one, it's a little funny. All right. And now I'm gonna trim my photos based on what they call for each spot. And I'm gonna use my photo trimming guides. I need 4x4 and I need, let's see, I don't know if I have all of these. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know why they gave us 4x6, because 4x6 is, I guess, standard size picture. Like, I mean, I guess maybe some people get 3.5x5. Let's see here. I need 4x5, 4x4. 5 3/4. That's 5.5 by 3.5. No, that's not what I want. Okay, so I guess only the 4x4 is what I'm going to use out of these today. But I will say I really do like using these. They've been very helpful. Because typically I'll just be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna start cutting. And then I start cutting and I'm like, oh, I didn't want to take that part off. So I can now line it up, and I'll take my colored pencil, and I only made a little line. I don't need much of a line, so it's fine. These colored pencils don't really work that well on photos, but again, I don't need much, so it's fine. Okay. And then once I cut my photos, then I'm gonna adhere everything. See, I'm already like, where's my line? Stays the same. Oops. Actually, I think. Yeah. This is 5 3/4. So I'm just cutting off 1/4 inch. Curious to know if anybody else has ever done this specific layout or not. just out of curiosity. And if you have, did you struggle as much as I'm struggling with this layout? This is 4 by 5 inch, because it's a struggle for sure. Oh, you know what? So this layout, it actually wants it to be vertical. I see that now. So I have one picture that's a little bit off. So I'm thinking, let's see, how can I incorporate that? I could just make it a little bit smaller. Quite honestly, I don't know that I'm gonna, yeah, that works. I don't know that I would do this layout again. Like, I might not even put it back in my binder because it's kind of complicated. It's not complicated. I shouldn't say that. It's just been time consuming. And maybe it's the photos I use. Maybe it's a little bit of everything. I don't know. All right, the problem with this one is now I have my son next to each other in both of these photos. So I think I'm gonna swap these and do that one, and then I'll do this one here. So that it kind of alternates a little bit. And then I'm gonna, okay, that's good. So I am gonna go ahead and now lay everything down. Whew, this is a lot. All right, I'm gonna do one page at a time. And I always start at the top, so I'm gonna start at the top. I have both my mini tape runner, which is denoted by the red, and once my pages are all done, then I adhere it to the page that will go in the album. And I actually don't put my pages, excuse me, in the album yet. I keep them separate because I have found that, well, I don't like to keep taking the album apart when I have to add pages to it. But I find that I don't know how many albums I'm gonna need. And I've had issues in the past where I'm like, ooh, I love this album. I'm gonna use it for my year in review. And then my year in review doesn't fit in one album. And it's a discontinued album, or I only have one, or I can't find another one. So I don't put all the pages in an album until I'm done with whatever it is I'm working on. And then I determine, okay, do I need more than one album? And if so, then I will go ahead and I actually buy the albums once I'm done. And I know how many albums I'm gonna need. So for example, this one that I'm working on right now, there's an album that's currently available on Creative Memories that I want to use. And the rate I'm at right now, I'm probably gonna need 3 of them, maybe 4, but definitely 3. But I don't want to buy the album until I know for sure because I don't want to get stuck not having enough albums or having too many. So the ones that I will, you know, buy in advance that come out that when I like them is, you know, like Christmas, because I know I'll get either 1 or 2 years in a Christmas album. I combine my Christmas albums, by the way. I will do more than 1 year in an album. I keep them consecutive. I'll do like, you know, 2014 and 2015 in one album. This one out of the way. I'm a boater. We have a boat and we spend most of the summer on our boat. So whenever like the nautical theme albums come out, I will always buy one of those. Again, because I know that I can get 1 year in an album. Because it's really just 3 months worth of photos. I don't really do, I love the Halloween albums that come out, but I'm not really a big Halloween person, so I don't take enough pictures on Halloween. We don't do a Halloween party. So I don't really have enough pictures to justify a whole album for Halloween. But other events, birthdays, like coming up after this, obviously in these photos my son is a baby. His first birthday was this year, so the year that I'm working on, 2011. So I will do an album. It'll probably be kind of thin because I actually printed the pictures the other day. I only have about 60 pictures from his first birthday party. But I have, you know, I saved his decorations, so I have other things that I'll add to the album. I have like one of the napkins from the decor, a paper plate. I have all of the cards that he received, so those will be added. So it'll still be a pretty full album. And I like to make it special for him since it was, I did it for my older son as well. My older son has an album dedicated to his first birthday. Baseball, I will do a baseball album for my son. I'll do a Cub Scout album for my other son. I have heard and seen people that will do like 2 albums for a given year, right? So if you have 2 kids, you're going to do 2 albums, one for each of the kid, and you duplicate everything in the albums. I honestly don't think I could do that. Like, what do you all do? I'd love to know. Comment below. Do you do multiple albums for your kids? So when they're older, they each get an album for the given year? Or do you do just one and they can either hash it out or, I mean, quite honestly, I don't know that my kids are going to want my albums when I'm gone in, you know, hopefully 50 years. But in the meantime, like, I know that they do look at them. I think they'll be more apt to keep the albums that are specific to them, but I don't know. So I guess I guess I kind of am doing it for myself and for them. All right, that's not bad. This is kind of busy down here, but I'm okay with this. I can deal with this. I'm fine. Reassuring myself that I'm fine with my layout. Oh. Usually start at the top, but I'm going to start over here on this one. Yeah, so I'm an only child. My mom started scrapbooking when I started. You know, we were going to do it together. It was great. And then she ended up having a lot of other hobbies. And when I kind of took a pause when my kids were little, she took kind of a permanent pause. Actually, I think what did it for her is she made an album for somebody. Somebody paid her to make an album for one of their kids. And they weren't happy with the way it came out. And she spent a lot of time on it. And again, it was in the beginning years, so probably wasn't the greatest album, but I think that kind of turned her off. She was just frustrated after that. And again, then, you know, my parents, I'm a boater, my parents are campers, so They camp a lot. And she just kind of fell by the wayside. However, like for her, I'm an only child, so it was easy for her to, she only needed one album. Didn't matter. I do wish that she would do some more. And she doesn't really take pictures anymore either. But maybe eventually. She is retired. Her and my dad are retired. She actually retired to take care of my kids for a couple of years. When she retired, she took care of my kids for a couple of years. Just the opportunity presented itself to retire, and she was age-wise, she could do it. And my mom's not that old, but her pension was changing at work, so it was kind of retire or lose it. So she retired. My dad kept working, and scrapbooking just wasn't a hobby for her anymore. And even still, I had a crop in October. I had Croptoberfest. She didn't make it. She ended up not feeling well, but she was going to come. She's like, I'm going to come, but I'm not scrapbooking. I'm just going to come and socialize. I'm like, okay. But I wish she would, because I would cherish her albums. Because I'm just kind of sentimental like that. And I do have one kid that might. I have one that when I'm scrapbooking, he'll come downstairs. So I don't always finish the albums when I start them. So in my craft area, I have the Michaels storage system, the bins and, drawers and stuff. Similar to the IKEA Calyx, but it's from Michaels, and I actually don't even think Michaels sells them anymore. But anyway, so when I start an album, if I don't finish it, it goes on the shelf there, and then I know it goes in one of the bins, and I know that I'm working on that album. So my younger son, when I'm downstairs scrapbooking sometimes, will come down, and he'll just pull an album off, and he's 14. He'll just pull one of the albums off the shelf and start looking through it, and usually asks which album he's in, because he's obviously not in all of them, because I used to scrapbook more before they were born. But so he does like to look through the albums. He actually was just looking through one yesterday. I also do kids albums, or their school albums. I have a separate album for each of their school, like big things when they get awards, or science fair night and that kind of stuff. Special things that go on. Did I totally reverse this? I did. That's right. So he was looking through his school album yesterday, and I realized, here again, going back to, I don't like to put stuff in the album yet. I realized that the album that I have his school stuff in is a discontinued album. And of course I only have one, and I already know that I need more than one of that album, because I've done some for my other son. I did not trim that one. I did some for my other son. And I'm on 2 albums for his. So now I'm deciding, do I change the album? Do I go with one of the standard color albums that is easily available? Or do I go on the secondary market and try to find more of the album that I already started? It's the Glacier Lake album, so it's kind of like a shimmery blue. And I love the color. I think it's nice, and I think I did it intentionally because I didn't want them to have the same color album. My other son's album is Cobalt. So I don't know. I have to decide what I'm going to do. I did take a quick look last night on eBay to see, and I did find a couple of them. So I asked him his opinion, if he wanted me to keep that album or if he wanted to pick a different color. And he said he could care less, essentially. So it'll be up to me. I kind of think I might end up keeping it because I really like the color, but it'll just be kind of a challenge to find if I need, 2, 3, 4 of them. Just finding enough of the albums. Okay. I'm good with that. So that's all done. I'm going to decide now on these little triangles if I'm going to put them on or not. I don't think I like that one. I'm kind of thinking this is going to be... I do like how it ties it in right there. It does kind of tie it in, but I just don't like the colors. If anything, I would say like maybe right here kind of thing. Maybe I'll kind of going back with that. All right, let me do my title first. So I have all these stickers. I ended up not needing this. That was good. Glad I had it. If I didn't have it out, I would have needed it, of course, because, that's just what happens all the time. All right. Now it's a matter of finding one that fits. All right. Let's see about this. Like that, it's just kind of small. Little brother. Big brother. I wish it was just a little bit I'm good with that. I'm going to lay this down. And that's it. It was long. It was a little bit hard. I might do just a little bit of journaling in here, and then I think that's it. Thank you very much for sticking with me. This was a tough one. Let me know if you've ever done this particular layout project recipe, and if you struggled as much as I did on this one. I'm just not really sure. Yeah, just curious to know how you feel about this layout, if it's one that you would try or if you already have done this one, and if it took you as long. And again, as always, feel free to leave comments below. Please hit the like button if you've watched it this far. I greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe. And I do try to release videos twice a week, usually Thursdays and either Sunday or Monday. Kind of depends how my work schedule is, my full-time job schedule is, and kid schedule, of course. And then if you want to see this project recipe and try it out, other than what I just showed on the screen, please visit my Facebook page, Memory Keeping with Jen, 2 N's. And otherwise, happy scrapbooking. Thanks all. Take care.